Back to the Warriors, where the catch slogan used to be, "It's a great time out." It's been that and more for the team's longtime game clock operator. Jim Maher has one of the best seats in the house at Chase Center. Well, most of the time. Maher has been with the Warriors since the team moved to San Francisco in 1962.
Bad timing, it was the same time the Giants were in the World Series with the Yankees, so they didn't get a lot of attention. But it was exciting for me because I got to be a ball boy. It was like a dream come true for a 13-year-old kid.
Jim didn't expect the dream to last more than a season, but he stuck around as a ball boy, which sometimes included going to Ocean Beach with Wilt Chamberlain.
Wilt used to come out with his purple Bentley and his two Great Danes and run them on the beach. His two Great Danes, Odin and Thor, and it's quite a sight.
A few years later, Jim moved from the baseline to the scorer's table.
That was actually a paid position. The ball boys didn't get paid. We got tips from the trainers and the referees, which turned out to be probably more than what they were paying us for the job on the table.
Back then, he did it all. Shot clock, scoreboard, even foul paddles.
Go ahead, James. Good.
In 1990, Jim took over as the full-time clock operator, all while juggling his job at the U.S. Postal Service and raising a family with his longtime wife, Jolene.
We had 4 kids and a full-time job, and I somehow kept this job. It was tough at times, especially driving over to Oakland during rush hour.
And there hasn't been a lot of load management over his 61 years with the team.
I missed about half a season when I was in the Navy. That was in 1969. I missed a couple when the kids were born. My oldest son was born. I remember we were playing New Orleans Jazz. Pistol Pete was playing for them, and that was my wife's favorite player. So we missed that one. And I would say in the last 25 years, I've missed 10 games, maybe. Hey, Doc, how you doing? All right.
Jim has seen and heard it all, from opposing players, coaches, even their TV announcers.
Bill Lambier was doing TV, and he thought the clock started too early on a last-second play in an overtime game, and he kind of got it laid into me for a little bit.
He recalled a young Hank Greenwald, then the Warriors' PA announcer, coming to the table's defense during an exchange with former Hawks coach Richie Guerin.
Hank just goes, "Come on, Richie, sit down." So Richie grabbed Hank by his tie and pulled him up out of his seat and said, "Listen, you do your job and I'll do mine." Pushed him back down. And so anytime after that we were playing the Hawks, nobody on the table wore a tie. Because
Everybody doing well?
Doing good, doing good. All right, G, have a good one.
Jim meets with the NBA officials before every game, but it didn't end there. One night with Joey Crawford.
The clock stops in the last minute after a made basket, and I stopped it with 101. And then started it back up again, and Joey came running by the table and he goes, "Blankety blank, the clock stops at 1 minute, not 101. And he got, on my case. And then the more amazing thing was after that, he came out, started the third quarter, and he goes, "Oh, Jim, let me apologize, I shouldn't have yelled at you like that." And the other 2 officials came over and said, he has never apologized to anybody for anything he's yelled for.
He's worked 4 NBA finals in other cities, but only one with the Warriors back in 1975 because the league now brings in neutral crews. So it's the rare occasion where Jim gets to watch as a fan.
Usually we sit with the media people, so there's no cheering anyway. So
it's got to be tough. Do you ever look at them and go, "Hey, this seat stinks"? I'm used to
Yeah. Or we sat way up there for the finals last time. All right, Vince.
All right. Jim has 4 championship rings from the recent run.
We would just look at each other on the table sometime and say, "This is something special we're seeing. We're not going to see nothing like this again."
He received a money clip for the 1975 title and plenty of other priceless memories along the way.
I've got to go travel with them for preseason games to Mexico City, Beijing and Shanghai, China, and Tokyo, Japan. So that's something I never would have been able to do otherwise without this job.
And he's not ready for the clock to run out anytime soon.
It's hard to give it up. You know, one of these, I'll probably do it until they kick me out.
61 years with the organization. What a run.